Hello, everyone. My name is Sharon C. Jenkins, and I am a student in the Church and Media class. And I am so very happy to have Tanisha Johnson here with me. She is a wonderful, multi-talented, skilled individual. I have I have never seen anyone master social media like she does. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And I just tell the people a little bit more about who you are.
Absolutely. So, I am an author, publisher, communications, and journalism expert with more than 25 years of experience, a daughter of the Most High King, a wife, a mother, all the things, right?
And you know what? And you wear those roles well.
Thank you.
Yes. So, my first question for you today is, can you tell us about your role as a social media communications manager within the church? What does a typical day or week look like for you?
Wow. So the e-newsletter goes out to about 2,500 members every Wednesday. So Monday through Wednesday, I spend a lot of time gathering the key events, the key highlights, the key stories that need to be featured in that e-newsletter so that by Wednesday at 11 or noon, I can just send it out. The other thing is writing scripts for the announcement video. So there are people who actually record the announcement videos, but we don't want them to guess about what they're going to say. So we actually give them a script and we put it in the teleprompter. In addition to that, I am responsible for reviewing the slides that come up on the screen on Sunday morning. So a lot of pastor's notes, the worship slides have words. We want to make sure that those words are professionally spelled, that there are no errors, that the punctuation is in all the right spots. And in addition to that, writing content to go with some of the graphics for weekly social media.
Wow. So, how do you ensure that the church's social media presence aligns with its values and
Mhm.
mission?
Yeah, so I think it kind of happens naturally by the type of events and seasons that we are in. You know, this weekend is very pivotal to us. So we have a Good Friday service, and then we have two services on Easter. We have special events for the children. You know, we have bounce houses, Easter egg hunt, things like that. So we kind of market to the community the fun events and the fun of it to get them to come out in droves. So a lot of times it's centered around a specific event or initiative, and then the communications channels naturally pump out information that way.
Oh, wow. Now, could you share a particular event that was super successful? You had a social media campaign that
Mhm.
was successful that you implemented in the church.
Yeah, so we do something called the Wild Game Dinner, and the Wild Game Dinner is where people come and eat antelope and kangaroo and alligator and all the things. I don't eat those things, but what it is that's our annual fundraiser for any charitable contributions and charitable partners. There's about 12 different partners on the list where we've decided these are the partners that we want to pour into this year as a ministry. And so that one event, the goal is to raise this year was 150,000. And so there are silent auctions. They are raffling off different items, jewelry, guns. I mean, there's everything from, you know, a spa basket to, you know, a hotel stay in a high-end hotel. And all of the proceeds go to charity. So that one has been well promoted, well attended. Everybody looks forward to it every year. We know it's for charity. So most people, even if they can't attend, they give. So yeah.
That is huge. That is huge. So, what are some of the unique challenges you face when managing social media for a religious organization, and how do you overcome them?
Yeah, I think being careful about what we say and how we say it. Number one, we have to deal with the response of people so people get to comment on your post. and having a professional response, responding in love, and being very careful, as the Bible says, be slow to speak. So being very slow to speak and very slow to, what communications go out and what communications don't go out, and how we convey the message is very important. Are we conveying it in love? Are we conveying it in a community initiative? Are we blaming, or are we, taking the responsibility for, things like that?
Wow, that's huge.
Hmm.
So there are a lot of sensitive topics that are floating around the world today.
Hmm. Hmm.
How do you handle those topics on social media? For example, the wars or unfortunately the Baltimore bridge that was hit by the car
Hmm.
ship.
Hmm.
How do you address those things in this fear culture?
Right. So just like a lot of nonprofit organizations, we usually put up a graphic that says, praying for the people of Boston, or praying for whatever city it was, and, a short prayer for them. In addition to that, when it comes to like any type of political or things like that, more times than anything, our thing is love is the language. So if it's not said or done in love, like, no, we're not doing it. We're not arguing with people on social media. We're not taking a side. We're not, no.
I hear you. So, what kind of tips or advice do you have for other churches or religious organizations that are looking to improve their social media presence?
So, number one, I would say there needs to be a yearly strategic communications and marketing plan. It needs to be written so that no matter who is coming into that role, they can pick up the mantle and run with it. They can pick up the baton and run with it no matter where they're coming in from. The other thing I would say is on a monthly basis, you need to have your social media mapped out. So, these key events are coming up this month. So, the Monday before that event, the Wednesday before that event, the Friday of the event, what you're pushing out, what you're saying. You can plan ahead because we already know our events. We probably know our events up through October, November now, and then November, December really just becomes the holiday events. So and there's a certain cadence to every ministry to where certain events are going to happen every year. You already know when you need to start promoting those events, but do an annual calendar, but then break it down into bite-sized pieces, monthly and then weekly. What do we need to be focused on this week, because these are the things coming down the pipeline.
Oh, that's huge. That is huge. So, how do you maintain a balance with authenticity in your social media posting?
Mm-hmm.
As there are some things, unfortunately, that happen in our world or within the walls of the church that may be controversial. So, how
Mm-hmm.
do you handle that?
I think the biggest thing is kind of what I said earlier. Our common denominator is love. So we love people, we love God. And so our whole thing is, how can we draw souls? How can we minister to others? How can we draw more people to Christ? How can we do it in love? How can we do things and say things with the least amount of offense? I mean, at some point you probably will offend people. You have people who just don't believe in Jesus and God in general. So, I mean, the fact that we're posting about God in general offends some people. But being unapologetic about, we know who we're called to serve and we know what we believe, and standing on that.
Oh, that's huge. That is huge. So, looking ahead, what do you see as the future of social media for churches? And how do you plan to adapt and evolve your strategies accordingly?
Yeah, so I know that right now a lot of churches live stream on social media, as well as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. They use that for live stream in addition to their private platform where they're live streaming. But even doing videos. So we do reels, we do videos, we interview some people and say, hey, join us this Sunday. You know, it's Easter Sunday. We'll have a bounce house for the kids. And, you know, we might pull one person from staff and just ask them to, hey, come record this in front of a coffee bar, you know. So it's really fun, it's upbeat, it's personable because you might know the person who's in the video. But yeah, so using all of the realm of social media, not just posting, but doing the reels, doing shorts, you know, taking a clip of pastor's notes or his sermon and then doing uploading a short to YouTube. So yeah.
Oh, that's powerful.
Mhm.
That is so powerful. So tell us about why you selected to serve God in this way.
This is what I call a perfect storm. This is I've been in communications and writing and editorial, the journalism background more than 25 years. So I've been in traditional journalism, doing newspaper, media, magazine, things like that. And so to merge, you know, ministry with marketplace, it just works. I mean, because this is my gift. This is what I can do day in and day out, whether I'm getting paid for it or not. So, you know, it just makes sense. Yes, I love God, I love Jesus, but I'm also good as, you know, a writer and communications professional. So just merging the two is just what it just made sense. So I didn't really, what's ironic is, Sharon, this position did not exist before I got into it. I created a
Oh,
position for myself. My ministry did not have a communications manager or person. They had someone focused on social media, but they didn't have a communications person.
wow. So do you want to give a shout out to your church?
Absolutely. So, Oakland Church in Rochester, Michigan, Pastor Dominic and Amira Russo, the greatest church on earth for me. Yes.
Well, I want to say thank you for your time today. And
Thank you, Sharon.
you are blessing us. Uh, this program is the DSC program at Regent University, and you have helped us by educating, informing, and inspiring us.
Good, good. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, to
Yeah. And I
continue
would and I really
that
wish,
vision.
yeah, I really wish more I really wish more ministries would take the time to add to their paid staff, and I mean paid staff because I think a lot of times in ministry we want people to volunteer using their gifts, and that's only going to last for so long. And when we want to do things in excellence, we realize sometimes we got to pay for it. And a lot of people don't value communications and marketing, but when the world shut down with COVID, we didn't have a choice but to go to social media. So I think if nothing else, we need to invest in that.
I agree wholeheartedly. We live in a digital world now, and
Mhm.
you can't run from it. And
Yeah.
if you do, you will be non-existent.
Mhm.
This is the way we communicate in the world today.
Yes.
Again, thank you so much,
Thank you.
and have a great day.
All right. You too. Bye bye.